What's up, guys? So I thought I would do a video to show you guys what I am doing to reach 2000 ELO and exactly how I'm going about, studying and practicing to hit this goal. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys what I do, or try to do at least, pretty much every single day that I'm playing rapid games. So we have, first of all, Jeremy Silman's positional puzzles. I will leave a link in the description. You guys should really check those out. They're on chess.com, and I believe they're for free on chess.com, but I'll have to check on that. Next, we have puzzle rushes, and then I do rated puzzles. And then I also do some endgame exercises on chess.com as well. And then next we have, I actually just got as a Christmas present, Jeremy Silman's complete endgame course. I've been looking to get this thing. So I'm going to be using this with, an actual chessboard. Maybe I'll do it with a computer. I don't know yet. And then openings, I'll be studying some openings. I play the London system and the caro kann almost exclusively. And then just simply playing rapid games. So previously, I was trying to do about 10 rapid games at least per day. We'll see if I can keep up with that. I'm starting a new job and, life goes on. And then I also have been trying to study master games, like study one master game per day, and then take notes and annotate. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm going to show you guys how I would start off. It doesn't really matter the order, but usually I just start off with like a really quick puzzle rush. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to start off with a quick 3-minute puzzle rush. Maybe do like a couple of these. I don't really... Oh, geez. I'm gonna stop talking. Lots of back rank checkmates here. And also, by the way, I have not been playing any chess other than some daily games for like a week, so even more so. I'm gonna be a bit rusty, that's for sure. Gonna be a bit rusty. This one looks like kind of funny. Oh, I messed that up. So yeah, as you can see, I'm running pretty slow at the moment, but we're just warming up. It's been a long break. Well needed though. Well needed. What's going on here? Excuse me. What is going on here? Well, see, there you go. I'm baffled. Baffled. I don't really... It's funny is that this is like a 1000 rated puzzle. I'm not really buying that, but maybe it's just the speed element. Are you serious? This is not for 1000s. I'm positive. All right, so we did awful. I got 14 there. I usually get around 23. So that's just to show you what I'm doing, though, for the puzzle rushes. Next, I'm going to show you guys so it's called, let's see, Roots of Positional Understanding. This is what it looks like. Sorry, I can't see the whole page, but I will leave the link in the description. Once again, this is Jeremy Silman. He's the one that writes a lot of the best chess books. And these puzzles, I'll give you a quick description. So, learn what to do in calm positions. Are you ever at a loss for what to do when there are no immediate tactics available? If so, then this is the course for you. In this module, I am Jeremy Silman teaches you the basics of positional play. A chess master seems to optimally place his or her pieces with effortless ease, where they coordinate well and control key lines and squares. This is because the master sees the board as a structural entity. I am and chess instructor extraordinaire Jeremy Jeremy Silman will show you what you need to know. Improve your positional understanding today. So here's what you will learn. Learn the key plans associated with numerous openings, learn how to coordinate your pieces to work with any pawn structure, and learn from the games of top players, including world champions. So I've already done a few of these, and like I said, these are, and like this said, these are positional puzzles. These are like very boring positions. There's not this like immediate tactic like what we were just doing with those, that puzzle rush. I'm gonna give you guys an example here. Okay, so on the right, you'll have the description. It's white to move, and it says, we are still in the opening and both sides are preparing their respective middle games plans and developing their pieces. Find white's most promising move. If you succeed, it will show that you understand quite a bit about positional play. White has more central space and also enjoys a lead in development. However, Black's game is solid and his flexible pawn structure gives him various possibilities that should not be underestimated. Moves like b7, b5, or c6, c5, or d6, d5, or e7, e5 are in the air. Okay, so what I like to do is just kind of, you know, like studying, like if you're doing a test or something, like a written exam. White has more central space and also enjoys a lead in development. So I haven't even looked at the board. Yeah, so we have more of a center. You know, we got our pawns in e4, e5. Black is a little bit more passive, but like they said, Black's game is solid. His flexible pawn structure, you know, he has some breakthroughs that he could do here. So white has more central space and has a better, is up in development. So we can see that this is definitely not quite as developed as, well, yeah, I mean, let's say they got the bishop, the queen, we got 3 pieces developed. We're ready to develop our bishop, and it's white to play. So right away, I mean, just following like good technique, you were going to want to develop this bishop before the rooks or anything. First, we need to connect the rooks. To do that, we need to get the bishop out, and then maybe the queen. Developing the queen usually isn't advised before the bishop, so it's a question of where we're going to put this bishop. And so if we go bishop f4, it actually might work simply because e5 doesn't, that would lose a pawn because takes. So f4 might be an option. Bishop g5, I don't generally see the purpose in doing that. You know, like when black has a fiend-countered bishop, usually you're trying to trade off your dark square bishop for their dark square bishop, not trade it for their knight. So right off the bat, and then we could play bishop e3, but it seems like it's solid but a little bit passive. And if we go bishop f4, it's kind of keeping an eye on these pawns. Obviously they can't push their pawn, you know, they can't push the d pawn anymore. So there's no pin here. We don't have to worry about anything like that. I'm gonna say bishop f4. And I'm wrong. Bishop f4 places the bishop on a somewhat vulnerable square after knight h5. Oh yeah, okay, so the problem with this is that after knight h5 followed by e5, black gets adequate play. I want to show you guys, hold on. So, okay, bishop f4, knight h5, and then e5, like I guess we would go back, but then e5, it looks like it's pretty decent for black. So in that case, we could, yeah, I would think to just go bishop e3 to reinforce the d4 pawn, and it doesn't block the queen, but I could be wrong, and I am, again. What's going on? MPQ, man, that sounds super unpleasant. Sorry to hear that. Stubbed your toe and fell down the stairs. Jesus. Okay, so bishop b3 is a natural and good move. It develops and gives extra support to the d4 pawn. However, my move of choice seems a bit better. Okay. So maybe it's a pawn move, actually. If we were to push e5, takes, I mean, then they can hit us with rook d1, sorry, rook d8. So I usually give this a few tries. These puzzles are definitely a little bit more challenging, and I've been out of it. Like I said, I've been out of it for like a week or so. I need to get back into my chess brain. If it's not bishop e3, I don't think it's going to be. Bishop d2 is just looks terrible because it's completely blocking in our queen. It's not really defending anything. Maybe bishop g5? No, not bishop g5 either. Places the bishop on a rather useless square. You never intend to capture on f6, so why is it on g5? And that's what I said to begin with. I didn't think it was bishop g5 because, like, what are you actually going to trade your bishop for that knight? Black would be super happy to see that, and they can always just go h6, which is a good move. All right, I'm going to say instead then maybe it's a pawn break, but maybe we fiend caro. All right, I give up. For the sake of time. Wow, okay. So this just goes to show you guys, very positional. This is not an obvious move. There's lots of different moves we could do. Developing the dark square bishop seems to make a lot of sense. This one is a4 is a restrictive move that prevents black from gaining queenside space with b7, b5. By clamping down on the side of the board, white keeps black's counterplay to a minimum and begins possible white play on the queenside. Simply put, why not take it all? So yeah, this is one of those moves where it's like grandmasters and stuff often say like a4 and h4. Maybe not h4, but a4 is almost never a bad move. You know, because it's usually defended by the rook. It stops b5, because obviously here black could be looking to play b5. So yeah, that is one of Jeremy Silman's positional puzzles. And then what do we have? What else? Knight e5 here. That would be a crazy move. So next I'll do some endgame drills on chess.com. Okay, so I'll also leave it a link for this if you guys would like. You can find it in the chess.com, like if you go to, I think, learn, and then it's in endgames, I think. So you have checkmates, pawn, minor piece, rook, queen, imbalances. I'll just show you guys one that I think I was practicing a lot. But you know, if we click on pawn, you have winning king and pawn, drawn king and pawn, intermediate wins. All these are super useful. Let's look at one of these, winning king and pawn. I think this is the one. Yeah, I've already done this. So let's see if I remember. This will be like a little review. Okay, that's not right. Okay, well, they're just giving it to us. Hold on a sec. And these are timed, so it's kind of fun. You can like try to beat your time. Excuse me, sir. Can you get over, please? Thank you. So let's see. I was doing bishops. God, this one's really hard. Like really hard. Jesus. Okay. Let's give you, I guess, an example. Yeah, so I already lose. See, like right here, this shows you how important it is to study these, because if black takes that pawn, it's a draw. So, let's see if I can actually do that though. Otherwise, I'll just give that as an example of how I need to continue practicing my own endgames. For a little trade here, a little tradey poo. Here we can push, but then I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Yeah, because then... See, I have to like go down, I think. See, the way the bishop is gonna come here or here. If the bishop gets to either one of these squares, I can't queen, so I can't remember. Let's go here, maybe. Ah, there we go. There we go. We're good. So, now we'll just checkmate real quick. You want to trade? Oh, he made it easy on me. Whoops. So, I'll stop there. That's just an example of some of those exercises. They're super useful. I recommend taking advantage of those. And then we have, I'll go to my opening study on how I practice. This part, I'm by no means, you know, claiming this is the best way to study openings. I have saved files with, you know, like tons of stuff. Like these are all my openings. Well, some of them are puzzles, other things, but I'll open my caro kann study, and then I will open up my London system. Okay, so If they play e4, then you've got a caro. So of course you're playing c6, and then I don't know, if I want to look at, for example, main line, that would be knight c3, and then you have like takes here, blah blah blah, and then it goes into a bunch of different lines. Let's say that's main line. You also have, let's see, the advance. So if they push and they go e5, then I know that I go bishop f5. I think there's a couple different options here, but I go bishop f5. I think you can also play c5. Anyways, so I have it all saved, so I can just kind of skip forward like this and remind myself. Obviously the best is to do it yourself, I think, if you have saved analyses, to play it over and quiz and test yourself. I have a degree in psychology, and I had some pretty cool classes on memory and how we remember things and what's really effective, blah blah blah. And basically, just to give you guys a quick tip, testing yourself is one of the best ways to remember something. It's the process of like actively searching your memory for the answer is very, very good for remembering. So you don't want to just like passively go through this like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, queen b6, blah, 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 and then just kind of like skim through it, because that's essentially like just reading your homework and then thinking you're good to take a test. Like, you know, it's a very passive process, and you want it to be more active. Anyways, so yeah, like this would be the advanced line, and you also have, let's say, the fantasy variation. These things, I think that these basic variations you have to know. Okay, so like when I said openings aren't all that important, it means that, you know, memorizing things up to like 15, 20 lines in, first of all, no one's going to play those things because no one knows theory. Like no one at my level at like 1700 knows that much theory. So they're not going to be playing, you know, like mainline, or they're going to play like probably some good moves and maybe the top moves up till like move 6 or 7, whatever. But you do need to know, I think, the basic variations. So in the caro, you're going to face a lot like the advanced variation, this fantasy variation every now and then. I see it quite a lot in my games. This is one line I don't actually, I saved it, but I haven't actually played this a whole lot. So if I go to the London system, I know a little better than the caro kann because I was playing the Scandinavian before I switched to the caro kann. So yeah, especially for the London, I don't really go over London system lines a whole lot unless something really surprises me or I know I messed up the opening. So this is, for example, King's Indian. You know, one thing to know that's useful in the King's Indian, I've been facing this a lot. Up until now, everything's good. When you see d6, oftentimes black is going to go for the e5 push. And if you do it right, you know, it's all theory, but you actually end up a pawn up. So let's see, you want to go bishop e2 because, like I said, they're often going to go for e5, and if you're not careful, what that'll do is you have to take. Otherwise, if you move back with a bishop, they're then pushing forwards and they're going to fork your bishop, which would be on d3, and your knight. So generally, you know, King's Indian, I know that your bishop is going on e2. Let's just look at instead, oftentimes you see, like, I don't know, let's just say knight d7. They're looking to put more pressure on this e5 square. I usually go c4 and then knight c3. That's the setup I go for. So let's say they go rook here, boom, and then they're like, okay, I'm good, I'm gonna push e5. Let's just say they do it. They oftentimes do. Takes. Yeah, so here they're thinking, aha, like you have to retreat your bishop. But if you know this, you know, opening well enough, you know that I think you have to, taking with a knight is the move. So you take with knight takes, and then queen takes. You deflect the rook, then you take back, and now you're pawn up. You're not a piece up, you're a pawn up, but you know, this is just something that if you know the opening, you know those lines, it's useful. So yeah, that's the openings, and then next is just actually playing and analyzing rapid games. And so for that, I will invite you guys to check out the next video. I do like a video every day of me playing rapid games, and then I analyze them, and then studying master games. This is something I've been trying to do more of. All right, so we got Jose Raul Capablanca playing as white, and David Janowski, no idea who that is. I don't study a whole lot of master games, and then white takes on c5, which apparently is an excellent move, but c takes d5 is the best. And black just castles instead of taking that, which makes sense. I guess he's probably arguing that he's going to get this pawn back, and if we try to defend, I'm assuming black is going to try to undermine that defense and get that pawn back somehow, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so then we get a3. I'm assuming it's just preparing b4 to clamp down on that pawn, or if bishop takes, then we have b4 with tempo, and then probably bishop b2 is the idea, is what I'm thinking. And that does look like that was the idea. So obviously white's already getting some pretty good space here on the queen side. Right, I would think maybe just knight takes e6 and then bishop takes. What's the material? Material's even. This knight sucks, man. Let's see what. Okay, so knight takes e6 is a great move. And then Jeremy Silman's endgame book. Yep. White king is in the corner. That looks sketchy. But this looks like right away. It looks like no matter what, black is lost here, because if he tries to go after the e3 pawn, he loses because he'll be too slow. So black to move. Okay, so here it's black to move. Here's the position. We get the evaluation bar. White is like completely winning, I think, for the reason that I just said. If black ever tries to go after, there's basically nothing black can do. If he tries to go after the e3 pawn, you just push. But what is said in the book is the white king isn't participating. He has nothing to worry about since connected pawns always defend themselves. King e4. Okay, so king e4, king b7, and white's king can approach the embattled area at its leisure, since king takes e3 leads to the quick promotion of the f pawn, like I said. So no matter what, white is going to queens. This was a pretty simplistic puzzle here, but the chapter is king and pawn endgames. Like I said, king and two healthy pawns versus lone king. It talks about split pawns and connected pawns. This puzzle obviously is connected pawns. I'm sure that it's going to have also some puzzles with split pawns and what to do. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing for studying to reach 2000 elo are all the things that I just showed. That one included going over some endgame puzzles and just reading through Jeremy Silman's endgame book. And then this would probably be good as well to combine that with these endgame drills. If you would like to watch the rapid games that I played right after this, either click on the video below that shows up or click on the link or wherever it is. I don't even know where it's going to be, but that'll be a video that's part of my journey to 2000 elo where I'm growing my beard and not shaving it until I reach 2000 elo. So check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.